us rest, and we all dance. Eternal God in your kingdom, no races marked, no color scorn. You give us rest, and we all dance. One day we'll gather under a banner of peace till his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen.
You will stay true, even when the lies come. Your word remains true, even when my thoughts don't line up. I will stand tall on each promise you made. Let the rest fade away. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever set my heart at ease. Dear anxiety, come. I remember that peace is a promise you keep. Peace is a promise you keep. You will stay true, even in the chaos. Your word remains true, even when my mind wreaks havoc. I will be still, for I've known all along my Jehovah Shalom. There's a peace far beyond all understanding. May it ever Lord, be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best Lord, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my life. Be thou my wisdom, and thou my true word. I ever with thee, and thou with me, Lord. Thou my great Father, I thy true Son. Thou in me dwelling, and I with thee one. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty praise. Thou my inheritance now and always. Thou and thou only, first in my heart. High King of heaven, my treasure thou art. High King of heaven, my victory won. May I reach heaven's joys, oh, what heaven's song. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of
Good evening, and welcome to Bergen County Christian Academy's High School Awards Program. We are glad that you could join us as we recognize the accomplishments of our students for the 2019-2020 school year. We could never have imagined that this is how we would be giving awards this year, but at the same time, we have so much for which to be thankful, and that God has kept our school families safe, and He's given us the gift of being able to give awards to healthy students. It's been very difficult to be apart from you for the last 11 weeks, and we so wish that we could be with you tonight. But we still want to celebrate you, our students, and we want to celebrate what you've achieved. So gather around with your families and let's commemorate the close of another academic year, remembering that God has used all our experiences this year to teach us to grow deep in our faith and draw on His power and His strength. Let's open our evening in a word of prayer. Father God, I thank you so much for your care upon our school, the safety that you've brought upon our students and their families. God, we give you this night. We celebrate you and the power and the strength that you provide for us each and every day. God, we thank you for the accomplishments of our students, and we ask for your very special blessing upon this evening. In your powerful name, amen. We want to begin tonight with our sports awards. Athletics plays an important role in the life of a school. They provide a unique avenue to teach life skills such as diligence, responsibility, perseverance, and further development of Christian character. We also want our athletes to be set apart to portray unity, integrity, and humility before, during, and after games. Our athletic program could not take place without some special people and their willingness to be part of BCCA athletics. First, we are so appreciative to our coaches for putting in many extra hours interacting with our students on a more informal level outside the classroom. A special thank you to Mrs. Vaughn, who graciously volunteers her time to make sure the clock runs smoothly and the scoreboard is correct at every single home basketball game. Mrs. Wessel not only takes great pictures of our athletes, but also makes sure all the games and the dates and times are posted on our social media. And finally, I want to give a very special thank you to Ms. Hanson, our athletic director, for organizing all the games, refs, and transportation for our teams, and coordinating the BCCA tournament, and even cleaning up after all the home games. So at this time, I want to turn our program over to Coach Hanson, and let's always remember, we may be a small school, but we have great athletic talent and big enthusiasm. So remember, once a Crusader, always a Crusader.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. Feeling miserable, always hanging on to the visual. I wanna be invisible, looking at my years like I'm martyrdom. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough from the prodigal son. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. egotistical. Don't wanna be the parenthetical, hypothetical, working onto something that I'm proud of. Out of the box, an epoxy to the world and the vision we've lost. I'm an apostrophe, I'm just a symbol to remind you that there's more to see. I'm just a product of the system of catastrophe, and yet a masterpiece, and yet I'm half diseased. And when I am deceased, at least I go down to the grave and die happily, and leave the body of my soul to be a part of me. I do what it takes, whatever it takes, 'cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes, 'cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes, yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes, 'cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes.
This evening represents a way that we as a school can recognize the important role that sports play in the lives of our students, and to thank our athletes for their hard work and dedication, and to congratulate them on a memorable year. First, I would like to thank our coaches. You make my life easier. We as a school cannot have a successful athletic program without you. Much of what you do is not readily visible. Thank you for your dedication to making our teams better, and for your commitment to making sure that BCCA athletics is a key component of our students' educational experience. Students, you are blessed to have them as your coaches, and we as a school are fortunate enough to call them ours. I would also like to thank the parents for your support of every athlete and coach this year. The Lord has blessed our school and our athletic program, and although this year turned out nothing like we had planned, God has remained faithful to us all. Tonight we are here to celebrate and recognize the achievements of a number of individuals. So let's continue with our program, first up with girls varsity soccer. But before we do, I want to congratulate all our athletes on a wonderful year. All right, first up is girls varsity soccer. What can I say about this team? They have a lot of heart and they have a lot of spirit. But I think that all our players can attest that this season was a struggle. But even though this season was a struggle, because we were young and we didn't have a lot of experience, I think we did see success in the end. I saw much improvement from the first day of practice till the last game. What I appreciate the most about these girls is that no matter who we were playing, the girls would just go out there on the field, give it their all until the final whistle was blown. I hope that the girls had as much fun as I did this season. We made a lot of memories, mostly on the way to away games, which sometimes those memories will last a lot longer than any win we probably would have gotten. All right, the first award that I'm handing out tonight is the most improved. This goes to a girl that I've had the privilege of coaching since she was in middle school. She's made a lot of improvements this year, and although she's shy and can be very quiet so she flies under the radar, there's no doubt in my mind that she deserves the most improved award. She actually became our leading scorer this season. So the most improved award goes to Susan Abarca. Next up is the Crusader Award. This goes to a girl that no matter what challenge is thrown at her, she's always up for it. As a coach, nothing thrills me more than to know that you have a player that you can send out on the field at any time and that they are just going to dominate and do the best that they possibly can to better our team. This girl gives everything that she has every second of every game. And so this year's Crusader Award goes to Isabel Guardado. This year's Coaches Award goes to a leader on our team. We would often have conversations strategizing ways that we could possibly win a game, but the thing that sticks out the most was that one game we were in need of a goalie. I looked around puzzled, thinking who was I going to throw in the goal, and without hesitation, this girl stepped up. She did a great job. She was terrified, and I know that she was thrilled when Tia came back so she would never have to play that position again. But this year's Coaches Award goes to Natalie Fernandez. Last but certainly not least, the Most Valuable Player Award. This award also goes to a leader on our team. I've had the opportunity to coach this girl for the last 6 years. And what can I say about her? She has endurance and speed like nobody else. I've watched her skills improve year after year, and she was actually our second leading scorer this year. But the thing that I appreciate the most about her is her sense of humor and her ability to make me laugh. The future's bright for this girl, and I look forward to seeing where God takes her. This year's most valuable player is Christina Conti.
Hey, I'm Coach Craig, head coach of the BCCA boys soccer team, and I promise this will be as least awkward as it possibly can be under the circumstances. When talking about the season first, I want to start by thanking each and every person who played a role in making our season as great as it was. You know, from the parents coming out to support, to the faculty and staff also coming out to support, to the students who necessarily didn't play but still came out to support their classmates. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, you know, Miss Hansen for being the world's greatest athletic director. But yeah, getting into the season. This was our third year having an all-boys team, which, you know, has its own hurdles, but we battled them, you know, persevered through some tough things and showed growth throughout the whole process. One thing I think about this team that we learned throughout the course of the year is that when we were communicating and we were together, we were dominant. And, you know, in doing that, we were able to make it to our league tournament, something we hadn't been able to do since switching to an all-boys team. So, you know, it's a big feat. But even greater than that, our boys took home the Christian Character Award, which, I mean, that's what we all play for, to give honor and glory to God, who gave us our bodies, who gave us, everything that we have. So, now to the individual awards. I think the first one is our Most Improved Award. So our Most Improved Award this year goes to the person with arguably the hardest position in all of sports, goalie. There's so much that goes into being a goalie on the soccer field, from organizing the defense to starting the offense with big punts to, literally being the last line between the opposing team scoring or not. And this guy showed outstanding growth throughout the season, both in skill, also in heart and character, just everything. And although I know it gave him some bumps and bruises along the way, he was willing to learn how to be a better goalie using his body and, amazing ways to stop the ball from going into the net and put us in positions to win games. So our Most Improved Award this year goes to Samuel McKinley. Our next award is the Coaches Award, and our Coaches Award this year goes to a player who I've had the privilege of coaching for 5 years, since he was a 7th grader. It's crazy. And I just think just the amount of growth that I've seen along the way. I mean, physically, definitely, we're talking about, I can recall the days where I looked down and now I have to look up to talk to him, but it is what it is. But even more than physically, just seeing how he has grown as a leader. Like, no matter what this guy does, he can get people to rally to him, to dig in, to give them more of themselves than they would otherwise have done. And I think that's one of the biggest signs of a leader, is if they're capable of making those around them better. So our Coaches Award this year goes to Joey Ochiogrosso. Our third award goes to a guy who joined soccer, about 3 years ago, kind of out of just a need for players. He hadn't played previously, and he spent some time getting used to the sport, learning how to do things, learning how to be a force on the defensive end, and just showing growth, season after season after season. And in this year, he was a senior, so, he had a role to kind of fill in as, senior. You have to be like an example to the underclassmen, it's kind of a leader, and he stepped up, right into that role. He was a vocal presence in huddles and in practices, and we are definitely going to miss him as he's graduating, miss his defense, miss kind of the way that he kind of got the guys to rally. But our Crusader Award this year goes to Senior Sebastian Campos. And now to our final award for boys soccer, our MVP. Our MVP this year goes to another one of the players that I've had the luxury of coaching for 5 years, since junior high school all the way to his senior year now. And just seeing his skills increase year after year. seeing him strengthen his weak foot, strengthen his strong foot, strengthen his passing ability, and also seeing him strengthen his ability to lead. Um, as a senior, a bunch of things are asked of you. You kind of have to be the rock that your team runs to because you're the oldest, most experienced, all of that stuff. And he did so, very well. He served very well as a captain. And just his desire to see the ball hit the inside of the net, was an integral part of our season. Just his hunger to score kind of got everyone motivated to play better defense, play better midfield, ultimately score more goals, and got us in positions to win games. So our most valuable player this year goes to senior Matthew Rodriguez.
Hi everybody, Coach Barish here. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're staying safe out there. For my basketball girls, I hope you're trying to stay in shape. Go outside, dribble a ball, do some sit-ups, push-ups if you can't go outside. Just stay positive, guys. We're gonna get through this together. So I'm gonna try to make this quick. Another season is over, and what an interesting one it was. Nonetheless, in my opinion, we had a great season. Friendships were made, and some of the bonds that we already had as a team just became even stronger. I just want to say a huge thank you to our other coaches, especially Coach Hansen. This season was a little bit of a juggle, but we made it work. We all came together to make sure that there would be a JV girls basketball team as well as all the other sports teams. Another thank you that I want to say is a huge thank you to the parents. Thank you for making sure that the girls make it to their games, making sure that their grades are staying up. You made a commitment as well as they did so that we could have a successful season. It starts at home. You guys make the girls coachable for us. So a couple things that happened this year. Excuse me. Our first home game against Nutley. The girls were, really nervous before going into that game. They're an aggressive team. The Nutley is a very aggressive team, and we have smaller and younger girls. And, they came out ready to fight. It took them a little bit to wake up, but then they were like, wait a minute, we're home. We're not just going to roll over. Our 5th grader, Isabel, she got a bloody lip. She took her time, she went to the side. She got all patched up, came right back in, and it was as if it wasn't even there. She gave them a run for their money. A highlight that really brightened up the season was our win against Arrow, where one of our players, Crystal, she really came out of her shell this year. She caught fire. She hit 3 shots in a row, and I feel like that helped us gain momentum. And all of a sudden, the girls were like, okay, we got to solidify this W. Ariella and Ella shot very well that game, and Veronica made her first basket, which was a foul shot. Finally, another game that really stuck out to me was the one against Trinity. It was also a home game. A lot of these teams that we played against, we had at any given time anywhere from 5 to 7 girls on the bench, mostly 5 to 6 girls, and the teams were coming in with like double that, sometimes triple that, and we weren't getting much rest. These girls were playing the entire game. I don't know if anybody knows this, but most basketball players can run anywhere from 4 to 6 miles, and these are kids. So I'm really proud of them. They gave it their all. In this particular game, Ella hit 2 3-pointers back to back, and then Isabel came out of nowhere and also hit a 3-pointer. During that game, the girls just played major defense. Olivia really stepped up, and she was just like all over the place. She was just like really playing together with Ella at the top of the key and just making sure that that ball wasn't getting past them, forcing the other team to make more difficult shots. I was just really proud of them during that game. Though we didn't have a bunch of wins on their belt, I always told the girls, play so hard that when you go home, you feel like you won. You feel like, I gave it my absolute best. And, you win some, you lose some. in the end, you're really competing against yourself. What can I do better each game to improve? What can I do better each day to be a better person? There's always room for improvement. And yeah, so I just want to say, and that portion with, it's just been an honor to be chosen as a coach here, to be associated with BCCA as a school, as an organization. And sorry about that. And I'm just very thankful, and I look forward to coaching for a while. So, and now for our sports award. So for our MVP, this was my second year coaching this player, and I've always explained to the girls that our point guard is our floor general. And what that means to me, and what it should mean is, you know, she's an extension of me. She needs to make sure that she's going out there, making sure that the plays are run properly. She, you know, the girls need to trust her and feel like, okay, she's going to lead us and she's going to help us get through this. And she really was that. She's only in 6th grade, and I'm looking forward to coaching her for 2 more years and helping her and her understanding and love for basketball to continue to grow. For our MVP is Ella. For our Crusaders Award, this player was more than deserving. She was always attentive, always respectful. Whenever she missed a practice or a game, she always made sure to reach out to me on her own. And, you know, Coach, what did we go over? What did we do? Coach, what can I do to be a better player? And I would send her videos and explain to her what we went over that practice, or, you know, what happened. She always maintained a positive attitude. And for our Crusaders Award is Olivia. For our Coaches Award, this player has exactly what any coach wants out of their player. She just had so much heart, so much hustle, that competitive instinct to just go out there and, you know, I'm going to do what I can do, anything I can do to, you know, make my team better, make myself better. I'm going to shoot, I'm going to rebound, I'm going to try to take the ball from the other team. Just super proud of her. And our youngest players, also in 5th grade. I'm looking forward to coaching her for a few more years to help her develop into an even more incredible player than she already is. For our Coaches Award is Isabel. And for our Most Improved, I've had the pleasure of coaching this player for a few years now, and she is our tallest player. She can be quite shy. She doesn't show a lot of emotion all the time. But I saw her come out of her shell as the season went on, and just smiling more, and her understanding of the game. She understood that she was a key player for us. Her defense, her, you know, making sure her hands are all the way up. I explained to her that makes her taller, more intimidating underneath the basket. And for our Most Improved, it's Crystal. So thank you guys for another amazing season, and I look forward to several more.
Next up is middle school boys basketball. First, I want to thank Coach Omar Hudson for his dedication and hard work with the boys throughout the season. The first award is the Most Improved Award. This award goes to a boy that showed the most improvement throughout the season. The Most Improved Award goes to Avery Ziegler. Next up is the Crusader Award. This guy was the smallest guy on the court each and every night, but he had the biggest heart. I look forward to seeing what the future holds for him, and this year's Crusader Award goes to Nicholas Carlucci. For the Coaches Award, this award goes to a boy who's very mild-mannered. The game of basketball can be a very fast-paced game, and so you need a player who is not easily thrown. This guy's skill every year just keeps getting better and better, and so we look forward to seeing what the future holds for him. This year's Coaches Award goes to Lucas Mene. The Most Valuable Player Award goes to a player that was committed to his team each and every day. Whether there were just 5 players or the bench was full, he came ready to go each and every game. This year's Most Valuable Player goes to Michael Sabato. What can I say about the girls' varsity basketball team this season? We had a lot of laughs, we made a lot of memories, we didn't win too many games, but I hope you've had some fun in between. I've enjoyed coaching you, and I look forward to seeing what the future holds. This year's Most Improved Award goes to a girl who in the beginning of the season, I was begging to take shots, and at the end, she was knocking them down left and right. I remember being on the bench and concocting plays where she could possibly get fouled to get to the free throw line because she had the sickest free throw shot on the team. She's improved so much. She doesn't like a lot of attention, but this year's Most Improved Award definitely goes to Natalie Fernandez. Next up is the Crusader Award. This award goes to a girl who likes to fly under the radar. But just because she likes to fly under the radar doesn't mean that she's not making a difference on the court. At times, she can be anywhere from 8 inches to a foot shorter than the girl playing the same position as her. Every game, she gives everything that she has. I never question her effort, and I am so glad that she's a part of our team. This year's Crusader Award goes to Tia Schmidt. Every team needs a hype man, and the Coaches Award this year goes to our team's hype man. This girl is the loudest and the proudest to be a Crusader. She hates to lose, and she's willing to do what it takes in order to make our team better. This year's Coaches Award goes to Rebecca D'Souza. This year's Most Valuable Player goes to a girl that I've had the privilege to coach for the last 6 years. We've experienced some really low lows and really high highs, but through it all, she's never given up on me. She will forever be a part of one of my fondest memories as a coach, where it was her playmaking skills that actually had us win a tournament championship. This year's Most Valuable Player goes to Christina Conti.
Now on to boys varsity basketball. Man, our 2020 season was certainly full of so many exciting moments. Crazy buzzer beaters, exciting tournaments with what seemed like the whole student body in the stands supporting us. Multiple second place finishes in big tournaments that we hadn't finished that well in previously. We have a second 1,000-point scorer join the club. Those are just some of the highlights that made up the season. But most important than all of those accolades and all of those things is that we set out on a goal to honor God with every single thing that we do, every single play that we had, every time we stepped on that court. That was our prayer before every game, and that was what we set out to do, and we did it. So now on to our individual awards. So we start off with Most Improved. Our Most Improved award goes to a player that I've had the privilege of coaching for 2 years, although I wish he would have came out earlier. But this guy is just a natural athlete. One of the biggest obstacles that this player had to overcome was just knowing where to be, knowing how to best use his God-given athleticism to best put us in the course or the position to win games. And throughout the year, throughout trial and error, whatever, he learned it. And becoming a solid defender for us, and also becoming a pretty good finisher down there in the post, he became a huge asset for our team. So our Most Improved award this year goes to senior Franz Joseph. Our next award, the Coaches Award, goes to a player who's been part of this team for 3 years, is also the most recent entry into BCCA's 1,000-point club. And as a junior, that's pretty remarkable. This player took on the difficult task this season of being both our primary ball handler as well as one of our leading scorers, and he excelled in both roles with excellence. All with a smile on his face and a joke to crack at the end of a tough practice or right before tip-off or in the huddle, whatever. And that spirit of lightheartedness and just happiness kind of allows him to be just a leader by example. Thankfully, we still have another year with this player, so we can take another shot at winning it all. But our Coaches Award this year goes to junior Rashad McKinley. Our next award is the Crusader Award, which goes to the guy who will end his career as the leading scorer in BCCA history in just 2 years. That's amazing. But this guy knows a lot about putting the ball into the basket. But just the growth that this guy showed throughout the season in other areas other than just scoring was a huge reason why we were in positions to make it to championship games. Just him being open to letting the game come to him, moving without the ball, moving the ball within our offense. It allowed us to reach heights that we hadn't previously been able to, and compete against teams that we previously couldn't compete against. along with his growth in skill, just his growth as an individual, learning when to keep his words to himself and, let his game do the talking for him, was just amazing to watch the growth, throughout the 2 years that I've been able to coach him. And I'm excited to see, what this guy can do in the future. But our Crusader Award this year goes to senior Preston James. And now to our last award, our MVP. So much can be said about this guy, a great leader. He's unselfish. He's tenacious on both ends. He's dedicated to his teammates. He's a hard worker. And, there's just a few words that come to mind. For the first time in my experience coaching, we can throw in the word healthy into the mix. For years, it seemed like this player would find ways to get injured. But this whole year, he put in the work, taking care of his body, staying healthy. And that ultimately put us in the best position we possibly could have been in to win games this year. It's almost night and day, the difference that he makes on the court on both ends, defense and offense. Similar to Rashad, I'm ecstatic that we have another year together in his senior year. Just the sky's the limit. Our MVP for the 2020 season is Joey Ochiogrosso.
Now we will be giving the Bergen County Christian Academy Academic Awards for the 2019-2020 school year. We will begin by giving perfect attendance, and we will just be giving awards for 7th, 9th, 10th, and 11th grades, since the 8th and 12th will be given at graduations. The Perfect Attendance Award this year is awarded to any student who's been in class every day through the end of the 3rd marking period, due to the fact that we went out on remote learning at the beginning of the 4th marking period. So this year, perfect attendance goes to, in 7th grade, Luke Carsonboom. In 9th grade, Jezreel Agapito. Kyla Amaro. In 10th grade, Darnell Senac. Samuel McKinley. Grecia Roa. In 11th grade, Gabriel Rivas. Joseph Daniel Santana. Congratulations to these students who received perfect attendance. Our next categories are voted on by the teachers, and the first category is Most Improved. This is awarded to students who have shown overall improvement in grades, achievement, and work habits. In 7th grade, Michael Sabato. In 9th grade, Celeste Reyes. In 10th grade, Grecia Roa. And a tie in 11th grade this year, Timothy Bellafato and Joseph Daniel Santana. Congratulations to these most improved students this year. Our next category is for the Diligence Award. This trophy is awarded to students who have shown consistency and excellent work habits and completion of all homework and projects. In 7th grade, Luke Carsaboom. In 9th grade, Matthew Wessel. In 10th grade, Thomas Campione. In 11th grade, Emily Wessel. The next category is our Christian Character Award, which is considered the highest award that you can receive here at Bergen County Christian Academy. And it's awarded to the student who displays Christ-like qualities in the classroom and throughout the school building. In 7th grade, Olivia Feliciano. In 9th grade, Tatiana Schmidt. In 10th grade, Isabel Gordato. And in 11th grade, Gabriel Rivas. Congratulations to these recipients. The next award is the Principal's Award. This is awarded to the student with the highest overall academic average in the class. In 7th grade, Olivia Feliciano. In 9th grade, Tatiana Schmidt. In 10th grade, Isabel Gordado. In 11th grade, Emily Wessel. Congratulations to these Principal Awards recipients. The following students are our honor and high honor students because of their overall grade point averages for this academic school year. They have worked hard to maintain these averages, and we're very proud of them. I will begin recognizing our honor students. These students have maintained a GPA between 3.5 and 3.75 for the 2019-2020 school year. In 7th grade, Luke Carsonboom, Avery Ziegler. In 8th grade, Eric Garcia. In 9th grade, Kyla Amaro. In 10th grade, Rebecca D'Souza, Jabez Lee, Grecia Roa. In 12th grade, Selene Cornejo, Preston James. Next are our high honor students. They have maintained a GPA over 3.75 for the 2019-2020 school year. In 7th grade, Olivia Feliciano, Justin Harras. In 8th grade, Crystal Kiltz, Veronica Roa, Omar Gordado. In 9th grade, Tatiana Schmidt, Ashley Torres, Matthew Wessel. In 10th grade, Thomas Campione, Darnell Senac, Isabel Gordado, Julie Gia. In 11th grade, Timothy Bellafato, Natalie Fernandez, Kirilo Honcharov, Joseph Ochigrosso, Gabriel Rivas, Joseph Daniel Santana, Emily Wessel. In 12th grade, Christina Conti, Gustavo Reyes, and Wanjan Yao. Tonight, we also want to announce the valedictorian of the 8th grade class and announce the salutatorian and the valedictorian of the senior class of 2020. These young ladies have an excellent work ethic, and I am so proud of them. They each will be delivering speeches for their graduations. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to announce the valedictorian of the 8th grade graduating class, Veronica Roa. Congratulations, Veronica. It also gives me great pleasure to announce the salutatorian of the senior class, Wanjan Yao. Congratulations, Wanjan. And finally, it gives me great pleasure to announce the valedictorian of the senior class of 2020, Christina Conti. Congratulations, Christina. At this time, we will be inducting our 2019-2020 Bergen County Christian Academy Honor Society students. And I will turn this portion of our program over to Mrs. Vaughn, our assistant principal.
This evening, we are celebrating the success of this year's inductees into the Bergen County Christian Academy Christian Honor Society. They are to be commended for their accomplishments and efforts, which allow them to be members of such an organization. To be considered for membership, each student must qualify in the areas of Christian scholarship, Christian leadership, Christian character, and Christian service. These are the 4 pillars and the basis for a meaningful and purpose-driven Christian life. Students must not be average, but above average in each of these areas. The first pillar of Christian scholarship is based on the principles found in 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show yourself approved to God, a workman who does not need to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. A member of the Christian Honor Society must be a student in grades 10 through 12 and maintain a cumulative GPA of 3.75. The second pillar of Christian leadership is based on the principles found in Galatians 5:13 and 14. Through love, serve one another, for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even this, you should love your neighbor as yourself. A leader is one who serves best. Every member of the Christian Honor Society must have a servant's heart, even in a leadership capacity. The third pillar of Christian service is based on the principles found in Hebrews 10:23 and 24. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And let us consider one another in order to stir up love and good works. When we serve others, even in carrying out ordinary tasks, you are serving God. Every job has dignity because ultimately the one we serve is God. A member of the Christian Honor Society must serve others, and in doing so, he or she is serving Christ. The last pillar of Christian character is based on the principles found in 1 Timothy 4:12. Let no one despise your youth, but be an example of the believers in word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Christ calls all of his disciples to excel, to rise above mediocrity and mature in every area, becoming like him. In this life, we cannot be flawless, but we can aspire to be as much like Christ as possible. A member of the Christian Honor Society must strive to become more and more like Christ. This year's inductees into the Bergen County Christian Academy Christian Honor Society have met all 4 of the requirements for the 2019-2020 school year. Our first-year students will receive an Honor Society pin and certificate. Our first-year students and newest members of the Bergen County Christian Academy's Christian Honor Society are Junior Kirilo Honcharov, Sophomore Thomas Campione, Sophomore Isabel Guardado. Our second-year students will receive an Honor Society certificate. Our second-year students are Senior Preston James, Junior Timothy Bellafato, Junior Natalie Fernandez, Junior Joseph Ochiogrosso, Junior Joseph Daniel Santana, Junior Emily Wessel. Our third-year students will receive an Honor Society certificate and gold cords to wear while giving their graduation speeches. Our third-year students are Senior Christina Conti, Senior Wanjan Yao. Congratulations to the 2019-2020 Bergen County Christian Academy Christian Honor Society students. Praise the Lord for his work in you.
And it's either. Come on in. Welcome to our house. Please take a seat right there. During this special ceremony, we would like to take out a special time to honor Mrs. Horn, Mrs. Vaughn, and their amazing faculty and staff. We know this has been very hard on a lot of people, and we would just like to thank them. From the bottom of our heart, the BCCA students say thank you for all that you've done.
My teachers, thank you for caring about your students. Being a teacher isn't an easy job, so I want to let you know that I appreciate all the work you have put in, especially during this quarantine time. Thank you for a wonderful year.
Thank you, teachers and staff members, for everything you have done with us throughout this year. Thank you that even though we can't see you physically, you can still help us and teach us new things virtually. Thank you for being there when we needed you and for teaching us and using the best methods that you could think of. Thank you for everything you have done for us.
Thank you, faculty and teachers, for everything you do, especially adding so much effort to teaching us remotely. Can't wait to see everyone next year in my senior year.
Hey, what's going on, BCCA family? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well during this pandemic. I'm praying for all of you. Right now, I just want to give a great shout out to the teachers, the faculty and staff for all that they do. Thank you for, always putting your best foot forward. Even though some of the students have given up on ourselves, you guys still continues to push us through and make us finish and cross that finish line. Thank you for, putting up our foolishness sometimes. I know me personally, I could be a handful. I could joke around a lot. Shout out to all the teachers who teach me, Senora, Miss Switzer, Miss Fagelin, Mrs. Honecker, Mrs. S, Mrs. Von Heusen, even though you're not my teacher, but you still put me in my place. Thank you for Mr. McFarland and Miss Hanson. Thank you guys so much for all that you do, and I continue to pray for you guys, and stay blessed. Peace.
Teachers and students of BCCA, just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do for us and for caring for us. Thank you for coming in every day ready to teach us new things. And thank you for being extremely patient with us. We know it's very hard teaching a bunch of teenagers, and thanks for dealing with our shenanigans and when we mess around. So just thank you for being extremely patient. Also, thank you for sacrificing your time to help us when we needed, and thank you for believing in us that we can do whatever we want to do in life. So thank you so much for that. I hope everybody is safe, and I miss you guys.
Teachers of BCCA, thank you for doing school with us and for caring so much about us. It's been hard during the pandemic, and I hope you guys are being safe. Thank you for giving 100% effort and for doing online school with us so we wouldn't have to do summer school. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys are safe.
I want to thank all the BCCA teachers for all the hard work they put in this year, especially during this time of remote learning. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you again next year.
Dear coaches, teachers, and administrators, we just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us, the students. You have been such a big help, a big blessing, and we just want to give you thanks for everything. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to all of the teachers and coaches who have poured into me all these years at BCCA. I will never forget everything you've taught me and the wise words you have given me.
To everybody at BCCA, thank you so very much. Ms. Von Heusen, Mrs. Honecker, Mr. Horn, Coach McFarland, Ms. Saboathon, Ms. Fagerland, Senora, Mr. D, Mr. Zaloom, Mrs. Horn, Mrs. Vaughn, Ms. Santana, Ms. Schmidt, Mr. Perry. The list could go on. And I can't stress this enough. You guys have made these 4 years of my life, these 4 awesome years of my life, the best years that I could have asked for. Never before have I been able to say that I love a school so much, but BCCA had that impact on me, and it's thanks to you guys, and I'm so blessed that I was able to spend those 4 years at not only this school, but also with all of you guys. I will never, ever forget any of you. So thank you so much for the awesome experience, and I will forever be proud to be a Crusader. You guys really instilled that pride in me, and I thank you so much for that as well. And I wish you all the best in the years that come. May you guys keep making BCCA flourish and grow into the wonderful school that it already is and just let it become a safe haven for more people. So that's it from me. Thank you very much again.
Congratulations to all our students tonight. Students, God has gifted each of you with different abilities and talents that have been recognized tonight. But all of these come with responsibility, a responsibility to use them wisely. Romans 12:2 says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God." A mind renewed through the word of God is transformed to discern truth from error. Students, the most important thing that we teach you here at BCCA is to develop a biblical worldview, so that every decision that you make in life is filtered through what God's word says, and God's word is truth. Take the talents, the gifts, and the abilities that God has given you and prove what is good, acceptable, and use them as a part of God's perfect will for your life. That's what I'm going to pray for you tonight, especially our seniors who will be leaving the halls of BCCA in just a few short weeks. So let's close our evening in a word of prayer. Father God, I thank you so much for the gifts and talents and abilities that you have given the students of BCCA. I thank you for our honor students, our high honor students, our honor society students, all the students, Lord, that you've blessed with athletic ability, Lord, the students that receive trophies, and all our students in our building. God, you've given them all unique talents and abilities. God, keep your hand upon them. I thank you that you've kept us safe again. And Lord, I pray that you would bless everyone as they head out for the summer, Lord. Continue to keep your hand upon their lives. And Lord, I pray that as we look to another new school year, Lord, that you would give us wisdom and guidance and discernment as to how to open our doors in the fall. God, we lift up our seniors to you as they're leaving us in just a few short weeks. God, help them to go in your truth, Lord. I pray that as they make decisions in life, that they would go with you, Lord, seek your truth always. Remember what they were taught here in our walls, God, and remember to take your word with them. God, keep your hand of protection upon them, and may they stay firm and true to you. God, I thank you for our parents, for standing behind our students, cheering them on, praying for them, Lord, encouraging them. I thank you so much for them. Bless them, Father. Keep them well and strong, Lord. I pray that you'd be with our teachers. God, I thank you so much for what they've done for our students over the last 11 weeks especially, and all the dedication that they've given to give our students good remote learning, Lord. I pray that you'd bless them, strengthen them as they see through these last several weeks. I thank you again for our school, for everything that you've given us, God, at Bergen County Christian Academy. And again, I thank you for our wonderful students, and I pray that you keep your hand rested upon them and keep them safe and secure under your wings, God. In your name I pray, amen. So this concludes our awards program this evening. I want to give a special thank you to David Tierney, one of our alumni, who has helped put this live stream evening together, videoing, editing, and just guiding us through this process. So thank you so much for joining us tonight, and may God keep you safe until we meet again.
I believe everything that you say you are. I believe and I have seen your unchanging heart in the good things and in the hardest part. I believe and I will follow you. I believe and I will follow you. When I see the wicked prosper, when I feel I have no voice to sing, even if the ones I'll follow you. Yes, even if the ones I'll follow you. 'Cause I believe you say you are. I believe and I have seen you're a changing heart in the good things and the hardest part. I believe and I will follow you. I believe and I will follow you. When I find myself so far from home, and you lead me somewhere that I don't wanna go, even in my death I'll follow you. Even in my death I'll follow you. So when I come to